Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Let's jump into my top stories of the week. We'll run through them pretty fast. A judge just blew up Apple's control of the App Store. So if you didn't see this, this came through, which was kind of crazy. But Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers just ruled that effective immediately, Apple is no longer allowed to collect fees on purchases made outside apps, and blocks the company from restricting how developers can point users to where they can make purchases outside of apps. Apple says it will appeal the order. But yeah, so now you can be able to zap on Noster freely.
But what confuses me about this is that it says outside of an app. Like, what does that mean?
So I understand it to mean that, like, say Audible. So you have like Audible, you'll be able to make purchases inside the app now.
But it says like outside of an app, not inside. So I was talking to someone here in Plub Lab, and they mentioned it means like if you use payment rails outside of Apple. So like if you use the Lightning Network, then you don't have to pay Apple for it.
2 cents of
But yes, I'm not really sure.
Okay, yeah. One after trial, the court found that Apple's 30% commission allowed it to reap separative operating margins, was not tied to the value of its intellectual property, and thus was anti-competitive. Charges 27% commission on off-app purchases, where it had previously charged nothing, and the commission for a period of 7 days after the consumer linked out to the app.
Yeah, what is off-app purchases?
Yeah, I think it like my intuition
to the
would tell me it means like when you click a link in the app and then you go to a different website,
developers' ability to
and then you pay there.
Direct consumers to
Ted is nodding his head.
Apple's response imposed new barriers and new.
And they blocked that was like illegal, or not illegal, but
with full
like anti-policy.
Just Apple's initial in-court testimony. Tempers business documents feel that Apple knew exactly what
because I think that's
every turn shows the most
important for zaps.
Necessity. Yeah, I guess if you're, I would say this, if you're an app developer or somebody building the Bitcoin, definitely consult your lawyer.
Oh, okay, I see. So
just to get clarification on all this.
Here's a clear explanation. Off-app purchase in this context refers to purchases that consumers make outside of an Apple app, but are related to digital content or services they use within an app.
Wait,
right? So it's like, I have Austin app, and it's on your Apple device, but it's not an Apple app, right? So why should I have to pay Apple 30% through the Austin app, right? If I'm not using their...
No, it's only 30% through the App Store. I thought this was talking about the in-app purchases once you pay that 30%.
It is in-app purchases, yeah.
So I thought they got rid of the 30% with in-app purchases.
No, they didn't. This is why Domus hasn't been able to have zaps. Because they considered it an in-app purchase, and they were like, you can't do this without paying us 30%.
See, I thought they got rid of the 30% with the in-app purchase.
Yeah, so it's like basically like I have Clash of pleb devs on the App Store, and and people buy for stuff within the app. If I distributed through the App Store previously, I would have to pay give Apple 30%.
So it looks like Tim Sweeney, looks like he's the guy from Fortnite. Says Epic puts forth a peace proposal. If Apple extends the court friction-free Apple tax-free framework worldwide, will return Fortnite to the App Store worldwide and drop current and future litigation. No fees on web transactions. Game over for the Apple tax.
Oh, wow.
Apple's 15-30% junk fees are now just as dead here. Yeah, this is where, like, I feel like they're talking about it this week. I was listening to another podcast, like a tech podcast, and they're talking about how, like, Craig Federighi is like the guy who's in charge of like the app development side of like Apple, and how he's just like dropped the ball in treating developers over there. And it's just kind of sad because like there's no other great platform to move over to. Do you know what I mean? Like for developers who are trying to make a living.
I'm surprised to read that Europe did it before the United States.